Today we're at 97-10 Sutphin Boulevard in Jamaica, Queens, about 3 blocks south of the Jamaica transit hub in New York City. It's 173 units of senior supportive housing for the client Breaking Ground.
We have a cooperative deal with Community Healthcare Networks, who actually owned the site and had a one-story clinic on it, and we're building them a new clinic which will have a dental clinic and other health services built into this building on the ground floor and the cellar floor. So a lot of the seniors that live in this building will be able to access health care on site.
What makes Sutphin Boulevard special is not only that it's a beautiful place to live, but also that it's a Passive House certified project. So it's extremely energy efficient, well above the standards for most multifamily buildings in the rest of the city in the United States. So it provides an incredible and very flexible climate for people to live in and kind of meet their needs all throughout the building.
The Passive House really is a very high-level green building standard that goes above and beyond the minimums required by the state and city energy codes. This is really taking it kind of to another order of magnitude in terms of preserving energy and making the building as efficient as humanly possible.
Building a building that has an extremely efficient operational system, as well as provides outstanding comfort and flexibility for our tenants, is pretty essential to all of the work that we do now. It's just become a standard part of our practice in the way we detail buildings.
To see the benefits of Passive House and the fundamental performance goals that we understand Passive House delivers being provided to the most vulnerable people in society is really critical. And once you start to think about it, it's a no-brainer that Passive House is asking us to not think of high performance as being something special. This is fundamental performance.
Since for Passive House buildings we have to build very well sealed, airtight, and well insulated envelope systems, we're faced with a lot of trade-offs as a result of that. Usually, that means that you're required to have much more solid portions of your envelope, much smaller windows. But because now we have options in the market to provide really, really high quality, well-insulated window systems, we can meet Passive House standards while having much more glazing present in the project, which means that we can design much more comfortable and well-lit interiors, building more natural daylight into all spaces of the project.
Quality control is like where it all starts, like during these phases of the building, we did air infiltration tests, water infiltration tests on the windows to make sure like the window is like we're sticking to the criteria of like the air leakage allowed through the windows, because windows are a big factor. This building here is 15 stories and it has 409 windows. So if every window leaked a little bit, that's gonna be a defect when we go for the overall air tightness test.
A side benefit to making the building envelope very robust and reduce the passage of heat is that it also reduces the passage of sound from the outside of the building to the interior, and it just makes for a much more quiet, calmer kind of space. There are other benefits to Passive House too in terms of light, quality of air. The window is triple glazed. The wall has a lot of insulation in it, and there are specific design guidelines that have to be achieved for Passive House, which really maintain the comfort level throughout every square inch of the entire apartment.
Something that's really special about the way that the system is designed is that it provides a lot of control to the tenants to control the heating and cooling of their own space. So they're all individually able to adjust the temperature of their room. You're not locked into like an entire side of the building all having like one temperature, which might make some people uncomfortable, some people might be too cold or too hot. Also because of the size of the glazing that we're able to put into these units, they have a lot of control over just getting natural, fresh ventilation into their building as well.
This building is not supposed to be only saving energy, but actually, believe it or not, this building sells energy back to the grid. So above me, you can see the whole footprint of the building has solar panels. The solar panel is generating about 50 kilowatts of energy that is back feeding the building. If there's any excess power from these solar panels, it's gonna go back to the grid.
This building is really addressing contemporary issues and the way that people live now as a kind of culmination of a lot of effort from city agencies, city government, architects, designers, engineers to build better buildings. It's one of a litany of buildings that are showing that we can build better things in this city than we've ever built. In this case, we wanted to design a building that had some color and character to it. We wanted to work within the constraints of masonry construction to think about how to give texture to it. And then we pull the brick in and out, just about 5/8 of an inch to create rustication and texture that brings shade and shadow to a facade that otherwise would be very sheer and flat. This building has, at its northeast corner and along the north face of the building, a low mass which is clad in a glazed blue brick. So we wanted contrast between the mass of the tower and the lower mass along Sutphin. And we wanted to distinguish the area above the community health network healthcare clinic that is in that bar of blue brick. So it was a way to signify the importance of the corner. It was a way to differentiate the bottom from the top. The building is tall, the building is bulky. There's no getting around that because of the height and the mass and the way that we have to plan buildings with maximum density. But I think that the blue brick and the lower bar does actually help draw your eye down from the top to the street level. The building has a kind of fantastic lobby sequence. From the outside, you walk into a long chute of space that at the tail end of it is a stairwell that takes you up to an exterior garden.
And the top of the stair has all of these windows. And so you've got like all this sunlight like cascading down. So it's kind of like, follow the light, what's up there? And then you get up there and there's a garden with plantings and a trellis and seating, and then it connects on the second floor back to where the breaking ground offices are. So there's this kind of like continuity or loop of circulation, which I think is also a very advantageous thing to have in designs where you're setting up a situation where people are kind of forced to walk by and into each other. And it's a lot of these casual interactions that kind of build the community and allow for a greater level of communication.
Passive House allows for many different approaches towards achieving a certification. I mean, I think it's a great demonstration that a building like ours can achieve a Passive House Classic certification, as well as what I think people associate more traditionally with Passive House, which are single-family homes in colder European climates. Very, very different structural types and technologies, very, very different demands in terms of just amount of energy and the flexibility between different zones. Designing towards the Passive House detail certainly means that the building is, I think, much better overall and provides a much better product to our clients.
My expectation is that most of our projects will be Passive House certified from here on out. The question for me about Passive House certification will be, at what point do we move from sort of building performance and demand relative to emissions and carbon to building materials strategies and building performance and carbon emissions? Building materials is the next frontier. It's hard at a scale like this in New York City because of what we can and what we cannot build out of. Almost all buildings will be built in the way that we built this one, for the most part. Now, what else can we do?
One of the things I really appreciate about this project is that breaking ground brings a really holistic approach to what they're developing here, the services they're providing, the occupants, how they're operating and supporting the community. And the architecture is speaking that too as well. Bernheimer architects have done a great job in terms of utilizing the architecture, the community, and these performance metrics that we're talking about with Passive House to deliver on a really wide range of goals where Passive House is working hand in hand with these other objectives and really as a result getting, I think, the best possible outcomes.